Greetings everyone! Welcome to part 2 of Sonic Genesis, the 4-part comic miniseries celebrating Sonic's 20th anniversary. Where we last left off, Sonic's world was altered to closely resemble the games, and the Hedgehog's going through the events of Sonic 1, with some differences such as the addition of SatAM characters, a series of earthquakes that threaten the planet, and, as you're about to see, omission of game locations. Our quartet of heroes are entering the infamous Labyrinth Zone. As they journey onward, Sonic talks to each member individually, with he and Sally talking about an underground structure sounding familiar, correcting Antoine's pronunciation, and asking Boomer about his technical skills. And we have the side of Antoine helping Sally down, which gives Sonic the case of the green eyes, and I don't mean that literally. Eventually, the group comes across a watery area, and Sonic's expression here speaks volumes. But some hand-holding convinces Sonic to take the dive with everyone else, along with the notion that there are air pockets in the area. Things take a bad turn when Orbinaut Badniks show up. Sonic solves this problem by spin-dashing a cracked section in the wall, forcing everything through it. So everyone's sliding and sliding and sliding. Sonic grabs a ledge before the slide ends, followed by Sally and Boomer. Another earthquake distracts the group, and they fail to catch Antoine, who falls into the pit below. And I do like these next series of panels, how his supposed death affects everyone, saying it's not right, and clarifying that Antoine and Sally are not in a relationship. Still, they have an Eggman to crack, so they press on through Starlight Zone. They reach the outskirts of Scrap Brain Zone, and after a quick discussion on a different name for this place, they enter the trap-filled nightmare. One trap has Boomer falling through a floor. Not wanting a repeat of what happened to Antoine, Sonic and Sally pull the big guy out of there. Going through more traps, they wonder where Eggman is when suddenly, Sonic gets an energy shield. Okay. Actually, the shield is a force field trap devised by Eggman, who arrives to crush the Hedgehog. Despite the force field, Sonic still moves out of the way until he reaches a dead end. Before Eggman can crush Sonic... Well, hello there! What is it with this miniseries and a lack of personal space? Antoine's untimely arrival distracts Eggman long enough for Sonic to destroy the machine. Apparently, Sally and Boomer were locked out of the fight, and their entrance provides a distraction that Eggman uses to escape. But really, it's just moving from one hole to another in the same room. Sonic spots him and gives chase. Here's a question, people. Will Sonic do the deed? Huzzah! Everyone believes Eggman's finished, except for Sonic, who says it's not over yet. Well, he's right. We're only halfway through this miniseries. Part 2 feels like it took a step backward from Part 1, especially in terms of pacing. One notable example is this. If the idea is to show Sally and Boomer getting cut off from Sonic before the final fight, then show it. Something I don't mind too much is the character bits after Antoine died. Now, of course, the French Coyote's not dead, but could you imagine if something seriously did happen to the guy? The whole Sonic-Sally romance subtext. I'm going to be honest, I think the overall relationship is meh. I'm not that offended by it, but I would prefer Sonic remaining single. So, I understand if some people don't like hints of it in the miniseries. And spoilers, we'll see a bit more of it in the last 2 issues. The memory subplot continues as characters mention things from the old continuity such as city names, not to mention hints of their personality traits such as Boomer's technical skills. The game references are here by the truckload, with the appropriate traps based on the zone, Sonic's water phobia, and Sonic giving the coup de grace to Eggman as he was escaping. As I said in the beginning, there was a level omission. Said level was Springyard Zone. I see this in 2 ways. On one hand, as a game fan, I was disappointed that this level didn't show up in some fashion. On the other hand, this is an adaptation, and some things have to be sacrificed for the sake of narrative. Though some people who've read this miniseries would prefer other things to be sacrificed, but that's just stirring the hornet's nest. This issue gets a 7. There were some good things like the art, once again done by Spaz with finishers by Tracy Yardley. And speaking of the art, We have another homage cover, this time depicting the American box cover of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which is odd considering we have not yet reached that game's events. Yet. While I did enjoy the character interactions, and the alterations to the Sonic 1 final boss did make me smile, again, it's a step back, and I've mentioned my problems with it. Well, we're halfway done with Sonic Genesis, and in Part 3 we begin adapting Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And if people were upset about the level omissions here, well, we'll save it for next time. Until then, have a good day, and be safe. I can imagine Starlight Zone being a theme park ride and having these moments captured on Polaroid. Good times.